Hi, I am Samuel and my roll number is 81. So, my seminar topic is on the clustering algorithms area. So, before going into detail, let me just give a quick meaning about what is clustering algorithms. So, clustering algorithms are supervised machine learning techniques. That means they work without any labeled data, unlike supervised learning where inputs and outputs are given. So, in clustering, the goal is to group similar data points based on their patterns or characteristics. For example, imagine if you have a basket of mixed fruits and you want to group them by type like apples, orange, bananas, etc. So, by without knowing their names. So, in this case, a clustering algorithms will analyze the features like shape, size, colors to group them accordingly. So, this is the main advantage of the clustering algorithms. So next we'll talk about the types of clustering algorithms. So there are two types of clustering algorithm. First one is k-means clustering algorithms, and second one is hierarchical clustering algorithms. So the first we'll look onto the k-means clustering. So k-means clustering is one of the simplest and most popular clustering algorithms. So in k-means clustering, you can choose a number k which represents how many clusters you want. The algorithms then randomly selects k points as cluster and as centroids. So the when we after we choosing the number k, the algorithms randomly selects k points such as which is known as centroids. So then it recalculates the centroids by averaging the points in each cluster. So for example, if k is equal to 2, the algorithm will divide the data into two groups. If the k is equal to 3, the algorithm will divide it into three groups, and so on. So it's about the k-means clustering algorithm. So next we will look on to the so you can see the diagram which differentiates the before and after effects of applying the k-means algorithm. So next we look on to the merits of k-means clustering. So first merit is simple and easy to implement. So the k-means cluster is beginner friendly and easy to understand and easy to applicable, easy to apply. So it is one of the major merits of the k-means clustering. So the next point is efficiency. By using the k-means clustering, we could able to cluster the groups in a speedy format. Also, it helps to cluster the large data sets. So it will helps to enable the efficiency feature. So the next one is scalability. It scales well to a large number of data points, which is helpful in big data applications. So these are the merits of k-means clustering. So next we will look on to the demerits. First one is requires k. You must know in advance how many clusters you want. So this is first disadvantage while we use the k-means clustering. So the next point is sensitive to outliers. Outliers or noise in data can distort the clustering results. So the outliers can affect the results of k-means clustering. So the next point is assumes spherical clusters. So it assumes clusters are round and evenly sized, which might not be the case in the real world data. So this is one of the another disadvantage. So the next point is sensitive to initial centroid placement. So the starting point affects the final results, and sometimes different runs can give different outcomes. So these are the demerits of k-means clustering. Next, we will look on to the hierarchical clustering. So this is a algorithms builds a tree-like structure of clusters, which is called dendrogram. So in this case, unlike k-means, you don't need to set the number of clusters beforehand. So you can decide the later by cutting the tree at a certain level. So there are two types of hierarchy clustering. First one is agglomerative hierarchical clustering, and which is also known as bottom-up approach. And the second one is divisive top-to-down approach. So first we look on to the agglomerative bottom-up approach, which is also known as bottom-up approach. So it starts with each point data as its own cluster. So after that, then it merges the closest space step by step until one only one cluster remains. So this is the feature of the using agglomerative hierarchy clustering, which is also known as bottom up approach. So the next one is divisive or top to down approach. So it starts with one large cluster that contains all data points, and then it splits the cluster into small ones recursively. So next we will look on, so you can see the difference between the agglomerative and divisive approach. So if you can analyze the diagram, in the case of agglomerative, A and B joins to form the AB, and A and B along with C joins to form the ABC, uh, and ABC and DE joins to form the ABCDE. So in case of divisive or top to down approach, the ABCD is divided into ABC and DE, and the ABC is divided into AB, and the AB is then again divided into A and B. And also in case of DE, D is again divided into D and E. So this is in the case of the divisive or top down approach. So next we look on to the merits of hierarchical clustering. So the first one is no need to predefine K. So one of the main disadvantage of the നമ്മുടെ advantage of the K-means clustering was the it requires a predefined K. So in case of hierarchical clustering, there is no need for the predefined K. So which means you don't have to know the number of clusters in advance. So this was one of the main advantage when compared to the K-means clustering. So the next merit is dendrogram insights. So dendrograms, by using the dendrograms is the same which is given in this diagram. Is the dendrogram is the diagram which is given there. So dendrogram, by using the dendrogram, we could able to visualize how clusters are formed at different levels. So the next advantage is suitable for non-spherical clusters. So it could be able to handle the clusters of different shapes and size. So this is one of the another merits of hierarchy clustering. So the next one is demerits of hierarchy clustering. First one is scalability. It slows for large data sets because it compares all data points with each other. So it would take more time when compared to the K-means clustering. Irreversibility, which means next point is irreversibility. So once clusters are merged or splits, the decisions cannot be underdone, which means we cannot reverse the process which is already done by us. So this is one of the next disadvantage. So the next one is sensitivity to noise, which means like K-means it can be like K-means it can be affected by the outliers or noisy data. So it affects the whole data. So when we go into the conclusion, both K-means and hierarchy clustering have their own unique strengths and weaknesses. So if you know the number of clusters and have a large data sets, we could opt the option of K-means clustering. It will be a good choice. For in case of hierarchy clustering, it is used when if you need a clear visual structure or don't know the number of clusters in advance. In these cases, we could able to. It is more preferable to use hierarchy clustering rather than K-means clustering. So this is about my topic. Oh, thank you.